Hello you guys, and welcome to another video. Today I am going to be talking about Matthew chapter 17, and as you guys know, the Bible is open to interpretation, so I may interpret it in a different way that you will interpret it. But if you have any opinions on the scriptures, please put them down in the comments below, and I will make sure to get to them when I can. And also, I will be, as I'm reading the scriptures, I will be breaking down and giving my opinion on it, my interpretation on it, and what the Holy Spirit is telling me. So let's go ahead and get started. Verse 1, like I said, Matthew chapter 17, verse 1, it says, 6 days later, Jesus took Peter, James, John, and the brothers of James and went up on a high mountain. They were all alone there. While these followers watched him, Jesus was changed. His face became bright like the sun, and his clothes became white as light. Then two men were there talking with him. They were Moses and Elijah. Peter said to Jesus, "Lord, is it good that we are here? If you want, I will put 3 tents here, one for you, one for Moses, and one for Elijah." While Peter was talking, a bright cloud came over them. A voice came from the cloud and said, "This is my son, the one that I love. I am very pleased with him. Obey him." The followers with Jesus heard this voice. They were very afraid, so they fell to the ground. But Jesus came to them and touched them. He said, "Stand up, don't be afraid." The followers looked up and they saw that Jesus was now alone. As Jesus and the followers were coming down the mountain, he gave them this command: "Don't tell anyone about what you saw on the mountain. Wait until the Son of Man has been raised from death. Then you can tell people about what you saw." The followers asked Jesus, "Why do the teachers of the law say that Elijah must come before the Messiah comes?" Jesus answered, "They are right to say Elijah is coming. And it is true that Elijah will make all things the way that they should be. But I tell you, Elijah has already come. People did not know who he was, and they treated him badly, doing whatever they wanted to do. It is the same with the Son of Man. Those same people will make the Son of Man suffer." Then the followers understood that when Jesus said Elijah, he was really talking about John the Baptizer. So, from verses 1 all the way to 13, that just tells me that people that are set apart, people that have big purposes in the body of Christ, they are set apart. They are always treated very poorly. Now, if you go and look at some of the people in your family now, those people who you just know have been called by God, they're always doing something differently. They're always walking against the crowd. They're always trying to serve God or tell people about God. If you look at the foundation of their life, they always have people that are coming against them. And it's not because they're a bad person. Like, I know some people like to say, "Oh, if you have no friends, you're the problem," right? But that's not always the truth. Sometimes the truth is so much so that I'm different. You're different from everybody else. You cannot you are not like everybody, and so you have a different way of thinking. Your actions are different, and so people will treat you differently, not only because they see the light that is within you, but also because you are not on the same bandwagon as they are. Like I said in my last video, it's easy to sin. It's easy to do what everybody else is doing, but it's a little bit more complicated to walk with Christ, because it's you doing something that your flesh does not want you to do. Like, yeah, your spirit is called to it, but it's not something that is looked upon in this generation. It's not something that's fun. It's not something that's ordinary, So, I just feel as though, like, they were all set apart, and God was trying to warn them that, like, those that are called by me, they will be treated poorly. And that's just what it is. They will be treated poorly, just as Jesus was treated poorly. Like, the things that Jesus went through, we may not have to go to that extent of what he went through, but there will be some set apartness. And it's okay to be set apart. It's okay to be different. So moving on to verse 14, it says, Jesus and the followers went back to the people. A man came to Jesus and bowed before him. The man said, Lord, be kind to my son. He suffers so much from the seizures that he has. He often falls into the fire or into the water. I brought him to your followers, but they could not heal him. Jesus answered, you people today have no faith. Your lives are so wrong. How long must I stay with you? How long must I continue to be patient with you? Bring the boy here. Jesus gave a strong command to the demon inside of the boy. The demon came out of the boy and the boy was healed. Then the followers came to Jesus alone. They said, we tried to force the demon out of the boy, but we could not. Why were we not able to make the demon come out? Jesus answered, you were not able to make the demon go out because your faith is too small. Believe me when I tell you, if your faith is only as big as a mustard seed, you can say this mountain, move here to there, and it will move. You will be able to do anything. So from verses 14 all the way to 20, I get excited about that verse because it basically just speaks about faith, and I kind of intertwine faith and manifestation into one because it's the same thing, just two different words. But having faith is to know something without doubt. And so somewhere in the disciples, they were doubting the fact that the demon could even come out, you know, because a lot of times when you see that someone has had like an illness or has been going through something from birth, a lot of times people think that, oh, that this could never come out. Like, what kind of power could I have that I could actually release this demon out of this person, right? Because they've been dealing with this since they were born. But that's just totally not the case. If you have faith and you continue to persist in that faith, moving as if it has already been done, moving as if the outcome that you want is already finished and you already have what you want, or it's already been done, then it shall be. And that's exactly what manifestation is. It's exactly what faith is. And it is exactly what Jesus is telling us to do. To ask for something or to command something to be that is not, and believe that it has already been, or that it's already complete. And a lot of people, they have trouble with believing that they could be something or they could have something just because of the things that they've been through in their past. But here in this word, Matthew chapter 17, verses 14 all the way through 20, he was basically explaining those are people of little faith, people who do not believe that they can be better or they can have whatever it is that they want to have, because you can. So if you ever need some type of motivation to be able to have faith for something or to manifest something, just go back to this verse here, Matthew chapter 17, verses 14 through 20, and stand on those scriptures and allow that to be your gateway to know that, like, you could have whatever you want, you know? You just have to believe that you already have it. And in believing that you already have it is moving like you already have it, not like you're wavering. So verses 22, it says, later the followers met together in Galilee. Jesus said to them, the Son of Man will be handed over to control other men who will kill him. But on the third day, he will rise from death. The followers were very sad to hear that Jesus would be killed. Jesus and his followers went to Capernaum. There, the men who collected 2 drachmen temple tax came to Peter and asked, does your teacher pay the temple tax? Peter answered, yes, he does. Peter went into the house where Jesus was. Before Peter could speak, Jesus said to him, the kings on the earth get different kinds of taxes from the people, but who are those who pay the taxes, and who are they the king's children? Or do other people pay the taxes? What do you think? Peter answered, the other people pay the taxes. Jesus said, then the children of the king don't have to pay taxes. But we don't want to upset these tax collectors. So do this. Go to the lake and fish. After you catch the fish, open his mouth. Inside its mouth, you will find a 4 drachm coin. Take the coin and give it to the tax collectors. That will pay the tax for you and for me. So verses 24 through 27, okay, was just basically talking about paying taxes and paying, I guess, the government what they owe. But in that verse, it was Jesus was basically saying that his children did not have to pay taxes. So if you were called by him and you followed him, you did not have to pay taxes. But he said, just so that we don't make them mad, just so that you don't have to endure consequences, do it anyway. You know, if that is what they require for you to be here and to live a life of peace, then just pay the tax. But if you notice, Jesus told Peter to go to the lake and to catch a fish. And once you catch that fish, open up its mouth and the coin will be inside of there. And I just think that was a great representation of the fact that God provided for him. Like, Jesus told him exactly where to go, what to do to get the money that he needed to pay for the taxes. It's not like Peter had to go out and work a full days of work just to get the money that he needed to pay them for the tax. All Peter had to do was follow Jesus's word. Go to the lake, catch a fish, open its mouth, and there it was. And if you don't remember, I believe that Peter was a fisherman, you know, so it was easy for him to catch a fish. But that's just like such a great example of how Jesus takes care of us. And you don't have to feel like you have to work a whole days of work or a whole week just to get a check to make sure that you're covered, to make sure that you have what you need when you need it. All you have to do is go to Jesus. You see, Peter didn't try and figure it out. What he did was he went straight to Jesus. Like, as soon as they got done talking to him and telling him, look, this is what you need. This is what you need. You and Jesus pay your taxes. He was like, okay, let me go to Jesus. Let me talk to Jesus about it. He didn't say, oh, let me go out and try and figure out how I'm going to make it. He didn't do that. So a lot of times I feel like we as people, we try and figure things out all the time on our own. And we make things more complicated than what it has to be. But if you just go to God, if you just go to Jesus and tell him what it is that you need, he will give you the steps. And it will be easier than you trying to figure it out yourself. So I feel like this was a really good chapter, chapter 17. It talked about faith, having faith. It talked about being set apart. It talked about going to God for everything that you need, and, you know, trusting in him and knowing that he will make things for you. He will make things easy for you. He will figure things out for you. So I think that was a really good chapter, and those are just like, you know, my little commentary on this chapter. Like I said, if you have anything else that you would like to add, please put it in the comments down below. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I thank you guys for tuning into this video with me. And I will definitely be seeing you guys in the next video. So, bye.